Hi guys, my name is HTrade and I am a partner trader of Wesley Trades HQ. So Wesley Trades HQ is a Discord based on the YouTube channel that Wes has created. And Wes is the owner of the channel, of the Discord as well, and I am one of the partner traders. So you can join free of charge. You can have a look inside the description of this video with the link to the Discord. And once you join the Discord, you can have a look. There's a few channels that you can make use of, posting your trades. There's an education section as well here. They are under support. Ask questions. There's members uploading their certificates and their payouts, etc., etc. And yeah, like I said, it's completely free of charge. So Wesley, he holds free live trading streams every week, and you can join free of charge once again. So here in the Wesley Network, Wesley Streams section. So we have a live trading session at least 3, 4, 5 times a week. And yeah, you can just come and join us and have fun. That's it. So yeah, there's a lot of members here. You can discuss a lot of things here regarding trading. If you want to learn about trading and the method that Wes use for the Discord or that he use inside the live stream, you can go to the support section under Edu Files, and you will find a lot of training material here, or learning material here. Let me put it that way. So let's quickly go to the announcements. So here I also explain where you can go to. So under the EduFile section, under the 22nd of October, 27th of October, and 29th of October 2025, there is the links to the videos, as well as a CE strategy PDF document regarding the whole strategy, which is pretty cool. All right, so if you guys haven't yet, you can go to YouTube, you can search for Wesley Trades and go and like and subscribe here. That would be greatly appreciated. And also, as I said in the links in this description, in this video below, there will be links to the Discord, Wesley Trades YouTube channel, and there will also be links regarding the discount codes for when you join prop firms. You will get a very, very cool discount if you use the Wesley Trades reference code when you sign up. All right, so let's get started. So basically, I just wanted to do a breakdown video of the trades that I did this week. So yeah, let's go to the charts and let's get started. Okay, so first of all, let's just clear everything on the charts. We're on the 1 hour time frame, and we are trading MNQ or just micro NQ or just NQ, NAS100. All right, so let's quickly delete everything. Boom, there we go, clean chart. I am going to go back to Sunday. I'm going to use the replay tool. Yes, let's go. All right. Okay, there we go. So at the beginning of the week, if I were to ask you what would the direction be currently on NASDAQ, it's very easy to follow. You can literally just do this. Take your path tool, go from the bottom left. Okay, low, higher high, higher low, almost a higher high here, but basically the same as this. Higher low, higher high, higher low, and then this is internal structure here, but you can just do this. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. A clear structure of trades going up. And yeah, that's basically, we are an uptrend. We are in an uptrend. So basically, that's it. That's all you look for. This literally. Also, if you want to be more specific, take a look at the nearest highs or lows, which ones are being broken the most. Take a look here. Start here. You can clearly see the highs are being broken. Again, the highs are being broken. The highs are being broken. Same here. Highs are being broken. Highs are being broken. Highs are being broken, etc., etc., etc. This is just normal market structure. What do I mean by that? Price makes a low, makes a high, makes a higher low, makes a higher high, breaking this high, makes a higher low, makes a higher high, breaking this high again, etc., etc., etc. Right, cool. So now that we have our direction, so now let's get started on the breakdown for this week. All right, so I'm going to leave my 1 hour time frame here on the right hand side, zoom in a little bit. Okay, and now I'm going to mark out my liquidity levels, right? So what's the current liquidity levels that we're going to work with? Basically the lows, yeah, our liquidity. We can also mark out the actual lows here, etc., etc. So I'm going to quickly mark out these levels. Up, down, up. So this is the turning point here that we can make use of. So that is liquidity. Okay, I'm going to mark out this low. Okay, we can mark out this low as well, but it's so far from the current price at this point in time. So let's just stick with what we got for the time being. All right, we can work with these highs, but these highs are normally our TP targets for the trades that we want to take as buys. So take a look at this. Price going up, going down, going up, going down. This is the highest point to mark out these weeks, and this is the TP target that you can make use of for buys if you do get buys. All right, so now let's start off with breaking down Monday. So for Monday, I'm going to let's just quickly do this, do this. Oh, yeah, we have to go down. Right, whoops. Cool, there we go. And this was the New York station. Cool. Okay, there we go. So if we were to look for retracements, what do we look for? I normally like to take a look at the Fibonacci tool, the nearest low, or the latest low, the latest high, and then take a look from there. Right, so let's go from here. I'm going to start playing the replay tool. So I'm going to be on the 5-minute time frame, and then I'm going to work through the sessions. I'm going to look for trades during the London session as well as the New York session. And I'm going to have a look and make sure that I follow the most recent 1 hour structure as well, because those are also key levels that I can make use of as they are being formed. So let's get started on this tool. There's the Asian session. We took that high. And we took the high again. We're breaking above, etc. Let's just move forward. I'm going to stop here because the London session starts at 3 a.m. And as you can see, price is currently moving down. And what are we looking for? So if you want to buy and look at current structure, this is a new turning point. So this is a new liquidity level. Price can come here. So if I want to look for a buy, I'm going to wait for price to turn in here. Or here. Or here. So these are also levels that you can watch out for. All right, so let's do this. Let's just do this, just to make things a little bit easier. And this is also a big fair value gap where this high was broken. Just formed where this high was broken. So this is also liquidity. Just keep that in mind as well. So we have a lot of liquidity that we can make use of, a ton of it. All right, so let's move forward. Okay, there's London open, and we can clearly see there's a new turning point here on the 1 hour time frame that's being formed. Remember, new structure is also very important. You need to be wary of new structure, and this is 3 a.m. starting, so we need to wait that 1 hour candle. Oh, there we go. New 1 hour candle. We actually made a turning point. We're tapping into this liquidity. We actually took this low. And we can actually look for a buy. So now that liquidity has been taken, that's always step number 1, right? So let me just quickly mark out my rules here. So step number 1 is what? Liquidity. Liquidity grab. That's number 1, always. Step number 2, or actually you have to have your bias. That's step number 1. Actually, that's step number 1. You have to have your bias. What is the current bias? Bullish. Step number 2, you need to have a liquidity grab. Step number 3, you need to have a market structure shift. Step number 4, we need to have a retrace of some sort into a fib level like the 50% or 61.8 or 45 or whatever, plus or a fair value gap. Or we can actually just make a retracement back to where the market structure shift was broken, or where the high was broken, right? So that's fine. All right, but you get what I'm saying. And then what is the last thing that we wait for before we go into a trade? The printing of a bull candle. In this case, because we're bullish. And that's what we're waiting for. I am going to anchor this. Okay, let's anchor this. Boom, there we go. There's our rules. I've explained all these rules in my previous recordings as well. So you can have a look inside the Discord under my journal, trade journal, HTrade, NQ journal, and you can scroll up to I think the beginning of this week. So if you can actually go to what was this, the 5th, the 6th. There's a place where I have literally explained everything here. I explained my steps again. 5th of May, yeah, around here, more or less. Let's have a look. The 4th of May. There we go. So on the 2nd of May. In any case, on the 2nd of May, there is my stats. And there is my previous week's backtesting. There is the exact trading pattern or trading strategy that I make use of. Also, I broke down one day with that strategy, that Monday. And I've also broken down the rest of the week after that with that strategy that's been given. So yeah, feel free to join the Discord. Go and have a look under the trade journal section under HTrade NQ journal. And then you will find all the the strategy learning section, etc. on this posted on the 2nd of May 2026. Now let's get back to the breakdown of Monday morning quickly. So what are we waiting for? We know we're bullish. Liquidity grab has been taken. So now we're waiting for a market structure shift, a retracement, and then a bull candle. That's what we're waiting for. So we're going to watch and keep on watching. Keep on watching. Keep on watching. Market structure shift is not there. Price is playing around. And we broke this low completely. We take this low. We take this liquidity. We take this liquidity. This was actually, I think it might have been a news event of some sort. I think it was something regarding Trump and regarding I think there was some kind of a missile strike towards boats. And then suddenly they reported that no, The boats have not been hit. And yeah, that was crazy. But take a look here on the right-hand side. Where is price retracing into? The 50% level and the 61.8% FIB level, which is premium liquidity for buys, right? So just keep an eye on how price reacts to those levels. Do you see this massive buy that just came out here? Very, very straightforward because of what? We hit the 61.8% FIB retracement level. And big investors out there make use of this retracement level for their trades. So just bear that in mind for the future reference. But yeah, we're still searching for a buy. And at this point in time, if we want to search for a buy, we need to wait for this low to be broken again or for new structure to be printed here on the 1 hour time frame. So let's move forward. Okay, and that's this next 1 hour candle. So what are we waiting for now? Now we're waiting for price to tap into this liquidity. There's a new turning point there. We already took this liquidity. So where are we going to find our entry? How are we going to find our entry? So let's have a look here. Okay, so there's the liquidity. It's now 8 a.m. We're waiting for a tap of the liquidity. Which we get there. All right. Yeah, there we go. Boom. Just like that. Break above this high. Waiting for a break above this high. And then a retracement for buy. So let's wait. Nope. Nothing. And now we're getting close to New York Open. Now we can actually go to the 3-minute time frame because at the end of the day, the price is going to move much faster now. So let's wait for it. Okay, we're tapping into this liquidity again, but we didn't break the... No, this is actually now the first... Okay. We're already busy tapping into this liquidity. All right, let's just quickly go back on the 5-minute time frame. $9.30. $8.55. Right, which means that we have not tapped into the... This is the first time that we tapped into this liquidity. So we need to wait for this high to be broken or else for this low to be grabbed here. And then we can use this as the high. So let's just wait for it. Okay. We break above that high. Now you're waiting for a retracement. And we're waiting for a bull candle to be printed. Still waiting for a retracement. We haven't had the retracement yet. Okay, we nearly got it there. Very, very close. Okay, now we're getting that retracement. Okay. Now we're waiting for a bull candle to be printed. Take a look at this. This is insane. What the heck? There's nothing you can do about this. You'll have to do this. That's just insane. That's just really insane. Any case, you can choose. Do you want to buy from this level and what's your target going to be? Somewhere up in the sky. Let's do that. But where's your take profit going to be, or your stop loss going to be? And where's your target going to be? It can be this, or it can be that. It can be 1.5. Yeah. Let's take a look at that. So that would be a level that you can target. just keep in mind there's a turning point here, so that's liquidity. So if price taps this turning point here, there's a possibility it can reverse. So around here, and then again around here. So this, yeah, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Okay. Okay. Nah, okay, cool. So there's nothing you can do about this. Nothing. Because it is what it is. Tapping into this liquidity, you get your break of structure, you get your retracement, and you buy. Beautiful. But that is it. That's it. It's a stop loss. Nothing you can do about it. So now what are we waiting for? Now we're waiting for, if we want to buy again, we need to wait for new structure to be printed, or we wait for this low to be broken, because that is the next liquidity that we can make use of for a buy. So let's just wait. Okay, price is going down. And break this low. All right, all right, all right, all right. So now we've broken this low. And now you see the problem now with this is, okay, so this is 2 candles up and then down. And then this break. So this is the high that we can make use of for a market structure shift. The problem is it's 12 p.m. It's the afternoon. It's past the macro, New York macro time. So you can choose. You want to move on to the next day for trades, or you can just wait. But the thing is now the volume is going to be very slow because it's New York. It's outside of a macro. So here we get a market structure shift. Beautiful. But where's the low? There it is. So number 1, we have a liquidity grab. Number 2, we have a market structure shift. Number 3, wait for retracement. Right? What now? You're gonna wait and wait and wait because the volume is low. Because it's past the New York macro time. It's so low. Here we get a retracement. Almost. 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 There we get the retracement. Okay, cool. So you see the entry for this buy, we got the retracement. And now we're getting a printing of the bull candle. There we go. You can make your stop loss here at the 80% mark of the fib or the 100%. It's up to you. And then you aim for 2 or 1.5, etc. risk to reward. But take a look at the time. The time is just not good. This is very close to the market closing. The closing of the market is going to be like at 4 p.m. 5 p.m. So we've eventually got our trade, but what? The volume is non-existent. And the trade goes into the next day. So this is already your Tuesday. Now it's Tuesday. So let's just quickly see. We need to go into New York's London session the next day. Very close to London session. Very close to 3 a.m. Take a look at this. So we could have done something with this trade. 100%. But you see, the timing was not right. So I always look for trades up until the 12 p.m. mark. And then I leave the rest of the day. Because at the end of the day, you are trading. If you want to make a living out of trading, you need to focus on certain times for trading. And if you don't get your trade, then call it a day and you move on to the next day. There's nothing else you can do about it. So yeah, this is one trade. Well, 2 trades you could have taken on Monday. But no, I don't like it. I did actually take this trade. I got my stop loss, 100%. That's why I know about this trade. We got the proper structure, got the liquidity grab, got the market structure shift. We got the retracement and we got our bull candle. And I went into the trade and I got a stop loss. And then after that, I wanted to search for a trade and then it never came. So yeah, then you just move on to the next day. There's nothing you can do about it. All right, so let's move on to Tuesday. So Tuesday, let's just move forward quickly. Just keep an eye on the structure here because the problem is there's liquidity here. Let's just delete this because this is now in the way. Okay, we're looking for buys. Remember, we're looking for buys. See, there's a candle going up, candle going down, candle going up. That is your liquidity, which we did tap there. If you want to look for a trade, this liquidity has already been taken, but we haven't had our retracement yet. So I was looking at this Tuesday morning like this. So take a look here. 2 a.m. There we go. Liquidity is formed here just below, just before the 2 a.m. mark. Then this turning point has been created. Price goes up, tap it, right? So since we have tapped this liquidity, what is the high that we can make use of? This one. Boom. So we get our liquidity grab, we get our market structure shift, and now we're waiting for our retracement. And I was sitting and waiting and sitting and waiting. And then a customer called. And while I was helping out the customer, I think the trade went without me, if I remember correctly. Let's just quickly move forward. Let's just see. Yeah, there we go. We got our retracement here. So I went on helping the customer. It was a very long call and a very long thing that I had to solve. And then this is the setup. I was waiting for retracement and the next bull candle to be printed, and that's the bull candle, believe it or not. There's your stop loss, 80%. Your take profit is either 1.5 or 2. Let's take 1.5. There's the trade. Boom. There we go. And take a look at this beauty. I was so unhappy with myself when this happened. So I missed this trade. But I was looking, at that point in time, I was looking at the charts. But I didn't go into the trade because I was busy helping out the customer. And the trade just went on without me. Nothing else I could do about it. Full take profit onto 2 risk to reward or 2 RR. Absolutely insane. No, that's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful move. Absolutely insane. So what's next? There's another trade here. Another one. Okay, so let's take this one out of the way. So let's just quickly go back a little bit. Okay, cool. So there's 2 new candles, 2 new 1 hour candles, right? Price going up, price going down, price going up, and this is liquidity. This is now liquidity that can be used. Boom, there's your liquidity, right? So what now? Liquidity grab, broke above. That high. You could really call this a high or not. This is a high. Not sure, probably. But liquidity grab, break a high, and now you're waiting for a retracement or a buy. Waiting for a retracement. Getting close to New York Open. There's our retracement. In some way. That's a retracement. I can't remember what I took for, or what I used for a low. I think it was this. And then I entered a buy trade. Yeah. And then I used the 80% level here as a stop loss. And then I aim for 1.5. And then price just skyrocketed because there's New York Open. So those were the two trades that there's one trade that I took on Tuesday, and this one I missed. I was unhappy with myself. Very unhappy with myself missing this one. But this was a very, very good trade that I took. Now here, the retracement, I used this as the low. Sorry, I used this as the low. Waited for a retracement, got my retracement, printing of a bull candle. I think I could have entered here, but I didn't see that. That's so, that candle is just barely, you see blue? It's a bull candle. But to the eyes, that's not really a bull candle. That's like a doji or something. And this was the trade. So yeah, this is the trade that I took on Tuesday. So there's literally nothing else. There's nothing else. Take a look at how price moved. There's nothing else like I really was interested in looking for at the end of the day. So just had to move on to the next day. Yes, another. Oh, take a look at it. Take stop. Take a look at this. Take a look at this beauty. So price went up, price went down, price went up. Liquidity. Liquidity grabbed. Boom. Take a look. Take off. That's just it. But we didn't get good enough retracement. See, there. Broke above the high. Broke above the high. So liquidity grab, broke above the high. Retracement. That's the only retracement we got. But it wasn't really that big. It was barely 45%. Could have entered the trade, yeah, but that's at the end of the day. Nothing you can do about it, but the move just went. Crazy. But yeah, in any case, there we go. And now we go into Wednesday. Let's just quickly move on. And we're waiting for Tuesday, right? Wednesday. Okay, let's go. Stop. I'm gonna stop here. Okay, good. So at the end of the day, what's the liquidity levels that we can make use of here if we're looking for buys, because we're 100% still looking for buys. Okay, so that is the level that we can work with. There we go. Price goes up, price goes down. This one haven't been formed yet. Let's just move forward. There we go. There's now a new turning point. All right. So now we're waiting for price to tap this turning point. There we go. This is the high that you can make use of, by the way. Now we're waiting for a break above the high, which we get. Now we're waiting for a retracement. Where is your Fibonacci tool? Yeah, there we go. Now you're waiting for your retracement and the printing of a bull candle. Okay, we go up. What the hell? Okay. Any case, I didn't miss anything yet, did I? No, not as far as I can see. Let's just quickly wait here. Let's take this up here. There we go. There we go. This is the trade that I took. All right, cool. So there's the buy. Why are we buying from here? Because we got our breakout here. We got a breakout here. We got a breakout here. And we were just waiting for a retracement. I was waiting for a retracement, and I was waiting, and I see prices just going up. I was like thinking, what the heck is going on? But remember, we are at all-time highs, so anything is possible in here in the sky. There's nothing you can target really, because price is making new highs. So you just keep on using your strategy, your entry model, your direction, etc., etc., and then you just okay, sorry, my stop loss was here at the 80% level, and I was aiming for the 25. I think I took 1.5. Yeah, and that's the entry. Boom, take profit hit. I took my profit here because I was very uneasy. I wasn't very happy looking forward to rest and reward trade because it's already now in all-time highs again. So it was a little difficult one to look for a specific target. But yeah, it was just went straight up. There's like no draw. There was no drawdown on this trade, but it's insane. So you just wait. Okay, now we had 8 a.m. Eastern time, and New York open would be 9:30. So before we hit 9:30, what's our liquidity? So our liquidity is this breakout here on the 1 hour. Take a look here on the right hand side, right? So there is a fair value gap over this breakout level. That's liquidity. What else is liquidity? This has already been tapped for liquidity, but that low wasn't broken or swept yet. So this low is still valid to be taken for liquidity. This low is still valid for liquidity to be taken. This fair value gap, the tap of the fair value gap. Let's just quickly delete that fib. And let's move forward. So we tap into this liquidity here. And now let's sit and wait for the 3-minute time frame. All right. There's New York session. I can't remember what I did here on Thursday. Thursday, I think I didn't take a trade because I was too busy with extra work that I was busy with. I thought I was working with. I was looking for a buy trade, obviously, but we were tapping into this liquidity and I wasn't. Okay, there's the turning point that we're currently making. I think I waited here for these candles to be printed, and then I used this liquidity, if I understand, if I remember correctly. Okay, now there's the 10 a.m. mark, so now this becomes a turning point. So just zoom in here, you see, there we go. This is liquidity because candle down, candle up. So it's sell side liquidity. Tap into this liquidity pool. Okay, there's the high now that we can make use of. For the break above, we can actually do the same with this one here. Now we're waiting for a break above that high. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. And we can use this low. Yeah. There we go. We're waiting for a retracement and a bull candle. There's my retracement. Looking for a bull candle, right? Boom. There we go. That's the entry right there. Stop loss. Take profits. Okay, let's do this. Wow. That's take profit. Beautiful trade. Absolutely insane. Oh my goodness. And to think of that, I was looking at the structure afterwards, and I was thinking to myself, why did I miss this? But so I actually missed this trade, but I was so distracted this week. This is the second day in this week that I was so distracted because I was working on extra projects that I was busy finishing for my work, with my normal work. And it just took so much of my time and effort. But this was the trade that I missed. This is absolutely beautiful trade. This whole week, this week was difficult to look at for trades, but the direction was on point. It was bullish the whole time. So it's absolutely insane. So now let's go to what's this, Wednesday? Let's go to Thursday. All right. So what do we do Thursday? So let's just move forward. Okay, because we need to go to London session. Yes. Take a look at this move. Crazy. Okay, and now I'm waiting for London session. Stop. Just before London session goes open, I need to know what liquidity am I working with. Okay, so currently the turning point here, the turning point here. So let's mark out the sweep, liquidity sweep. So this, up, up, this, and then this liquidity. You see, we already swept this low here, so we can still make use of this low here. Okay. Down, up. That's liquidity. And now that's the closest liquidity that we can work with. All right, so now we wait for price to tap into this liquidity or make new structure to be used as liquidity. So and price just goes up. Oh, cool, there's nothing you can do about this now, can you? So price breaks above. So price actually, okay, yeah, 22. Okay, you see, now I wasn't awake for this. No. We have to wait for a proper move. Thursday, price just went up. Absolutely insane. And where's sell side liquidity? Down here. At that point in time. But remember, with every hour that goes by, market produces more liquidity. As you can see, been waiting for 6 a.m. There we go. So, well, we haven't made a bull candle yet. You see, still haven't tapped into that liquidity. Okay, bullish candle or not. Interesting. I waited and I waited and I wait. There we go. 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 All right. So I waited for this new turning point. I waited for new structure. There's the liquidity sweep level. This is A plus setup, by the way, an A plus setup. If price only taps the 1 hour wicks or the liquidity pool as a whole, like we did here, you see price tapped into this liquidity. We broke above it actually here already. There we go. So this is a good setup. I like to go for these kinds of setups. So what is the low that you can make use of? So if this was the low below, you can use this as the low or you can use this as low. It's up to you. I think I put my take profit or stop loss here. So it broke above this level here. Then was waiting for a retracement. When we tapped this liquidity, we did a market structure shift. We did a retrace, and I was looking for a buy. Okay, there we go. You can enter this. I took this buy, if I remember correctly. I just can't remember what I did with my stop loss. I think I took my stop loss here. I think that is what I did. And then I extended my take profit to here. Or 2. I think it was 2. Risk to reward. I remember this trade. I nearly got stopped out on this trade. If I remember correctly. Oh, you know what happened? You will not believe this. So this is close to New York session, right? 9:30. When price came to this level here, or here somewhere, I moved my stop loss to the 50% mark. Because price was already running 1 RR at that point in time. So I moved my stop loss here. Because I was already well in this trade. Then come New York. And do you see this week here? You see that? I got stopped out here. Because I was an idiot. For moving my stop loss. And take a look here. Take a look at this. Take a look at this. Absolutely insane. So if I just kept with my stop loss, like I said, I think I put my stop loss around here or around here or something like that. I would have closed this trade in profit. 1.5. I think my profit was 1.5 or something in that direction. I would have hit take profit. It's absolutely insane. I think I put my stop loss here, if I remember correctly. Let's go back to the journal. Let's go back to my journal. Let's go to the bottom. Let's just go here. Let's just go here. Yeah, take a look at this. I got stopped out. Okay, sorry. Let's do this. When was this? 7th? Yesterday. No, this was Thursday. Sorry, my bad. This was Thursday. Let's go to Thursday. 7th. Oh, so I entered my trade around here. All right. I took my stop loss here. I got stopped out and then price ran into my direction. Something like that. Something in that direction. Let's take a look here. Where was my stop loss? I got stopped out here. And then price ran my 2RR. Oh, this is what I did. Okay. Okay. Okay, I think it was here. Around here. So my stop loss was... Let's have a look. Oh, this was on a 3-minute time frame. Okay, okay, okay. Let's go to a 3-minute time frame. So my stop loss was here. Price wicked me out here and then came and then went into my direction. And my RR was... I think my take profit was 1.5 or something like that. Yeah, there we go. It was 1.5. Okay, so at around 28,772. 28,772. Yeah, 1.5. It was 1.5. So price tapped me out and then went into my TP. So that was crazy. That's really a really crazy trade. So there's nothing you can do about it. But you see, what else did price do? We actually got another entry as well. So no, I think this was the only trade for Thursday. I think this was the only trade that I was looking at for Thursday. I think because price just shot into the sky. There's no other way of explaining it. It literally just rocketed up. We eventually retraced back down. We broke that low, we broke that low, we broke that low. Price doing a proper retracement here. Insane. Insane. Finally. Doing a proper retracement here. But you can't really buy from here either. There's nothing you can do about it right now. So you just wait for new structure to be created. Okay, right. I was waiting for that high to be broken. Which we eventually did not get. So I just went to bed because I didn't see anything further. There's nothing I could have taken here. So yeah, I just went to bed. So now let's take a look at Friday. All right, so Friday, what can we do here quickly? Let's remove this, let's remove this, let's remove this. Okay. Oh, take a look here. So what happened on Friday morning? This is beautiful. You see that liquidity grab? I was amazed at how this happened. Take a look at my price movement after taking that liquidity. Asian session went up. And then come London session, very close to London session. So we have a liquidity level here that we can make use of. There we go. And the sweep here. So waiting for price to tap into this liquidity or make new structure. There's London session. Okay, it's making a new turning point here. Okay, let's just keep an eye on it. Go on the right hand side, just be wake up. It's just waiting for 5 a.m. Okay, waiting for 5 a.m. I just switched back to the 5-minute time frame. Okay. So what are we waiting for here? We're waiting, if this is a new turning point, which it is almost. Okay, now it is. Now it's a new turning point. And now it's a new liquidity sweep level. Now we're waiting for price to tap into this or make new structure. Okay. Okay, we stop. Okay, I was about to say stop. All right, cool. So now we made a new turning point. We haven't tapped this liquidity yet. And we haven't swept that level yet. Let's move forward. Okay, now we're getting dangerously close to... Oh, there was news. Sorry. There was news. Okay, that was NFP. So then we tapped into this liquidity and then price just rocketed into the sky. So what are we waiting for? We're waiting for a retracement and buy. Because why? We already have a liquidity grab. We already have a market structure shift. We're waiting for a retracement buy. There's the retracement. More. There's a buy candle. There's the buy. There's your stop loss. And there's your take profit. That's well above 2 risk to reward. Take a look at this. Boom. New York open and it shot into the take profit level. And this was the trade that I shown in my journal on Friday. Take a look at this. I saw the liquidity grab. There we go. Yeah. I saw the liquidity grab. Break of structure. There we go. You see. I actually missed this trade. That's why I remember it now, because I'm breaking it down for you guys to show you. I missed this trade. It was a solid setup. An absolutely insane setup. Beautiful. Beautiful setup. It's absolutely nuts. So, this week was really, it was an interesting week, but there was setups. And to be honest with you, yeah, this was the only trade. I wouldn't have even looked at any other trades further for New York. This was insane. This is done. Take a look here. It's shooting up into the sky. Absolutely insane. Yeah, it's done. Nothing you can do about it. So, this week was pretty hard, I must say. And the only last bit of advice I can give to anyone that's watching and or myself is that you need to make time to watch the charts properly. Once you watch the charts properly and you properly use your strategy that you want to make use of, then you will be profitable. But this week I was unprofitable. Why? Because I took a stop loss in Monday, and then Tuesday came, and this is Monday. I took this stop loss, and then I wanted to take this trade, but it was very, very late in the evening. I did not, but what would have happened? It would have had full TP, right? If I took this trade. Come Tuesday, I missed this trade because I was on the phone with the customer. Completely. I was busy helping out the customer, connected to his computer, helping out, etc., etc. Then come New York Open, and I was also missing in action. But there was a proper trade setup here. Come Wednesday, I wanted to trade, and I missed this setup completely. And then I missed the setup as well on Wednesday. I was so unhappy with myself. It was absolutely insane. Wednesday was a very, very good day. Thursday, when I actually took a trade, this one specifically, and when I reduced my stop loss to here on the 50% level of my risk reward, because it ran 1 RR already, so price came down, tapped me out, and shot into my take profit. It shot into my take profit level. Got stopped out at 50%. So this week I am down 1.5% on my account on the eval. To be honest with you, there we go. Cool. That's my balance at the moment. That's my balance. And I'm happy with myself. On the other hand, that I didn't break my rules. I didn't lose my shit. I didn't revenge trade. I was just relaxed. Because I started this week at 50,000. And I'm down only like $230 on the account. That's absolutely insane. That's really cool. Yes, I did a bit more damage on my personal account, which is a very small personal account. But I took 2 trades this week and I came out very well, actually. But I could have done better if my full attention was on the charts this week. So I'm going to aim next week to be much more attentive to what the charts are doing or what the market structure are doing, because all of the trades I have marked out this week and looked at this week was profitable except for yeah, so all the ones that I haven't taken was profitable with my strategy. So if I followed my strategy to the utmost best that I could, I would have been profitable. But I was not profitable because the trade that was actually a stop loss on Monday, a proper stop loss in my strategy, well, it was a proper stop loss. I didn't break any of my rules. But if I took any of the other trades this week, I would have been profitable. Take a look here. It's insane. This trade, this trade, this trade. Then we go to what? Wednesday? This trade? I was looking at the charts when this trade happened. When this idea happened. Take a look here. Wednesday, right? Wednesday. Let's go to Wednesday. What did I do on Wednesday? Let's do this. Wednesday. There we go. You see, I was literally, take a look here. When was this? I don't think this. There we go. Take a look here. This was a trade. You see, I took screenshots while I was busy looking at this trade. And then I thought to myself, listen here, price already ran to this level here, which would have been my my take profit level for this move, for this trade. This would have been my take profit level. And then I didn't take this trade. Take a look here. London session. I would have loved to enter this trade, but the TP target was already run before I even got my entry or retracement, so no entry for me. The rules are there for a reason, and this is exactly the thing is, I really didn't know that price are going to lift off this much, which is absolutely insane. Price just went up, and I could have genuinely entered this trade here, like the one that I've broken down on Wednesday, this one. Because I was watching the trade, I was aware that we had a break of structure. I was aware that we had a specific setup. And I just didn't take the trade because I was too scared that it was going to go back down. Because when I take a trade, I look at taking a trade from internal liquidity to external liquidity. But what happened in this case? Price already ran to this external liquidity before I got my entry. And that's why this trade was made invalid in my eyes. And it was unfortunate. There's nothing I can do about it. So I learned proper lessons this week. And this is advice that I will take into next week. So yeah, I just need to keep my eyes open. That's all. Any case, thank you so much for watching this with me or breaking this down with me. It's absolutely insane. It's really cool. And yeah, hope you have a great weekend. And yeah, let's take the bull by the horns and we move on to next week. All right. Cheers.